It's London session, 16th of May 2025. My name is Shogun Chat 247. I train traders how to trade in harmony with the market. So today I'm going to be looking at the major pairs just for us to see what is the state of play and which direction or immediate direction we should be looking at trading during the London session today and the New York session later. Okay, so the first one we're going to be looking at is the pound US dollar 15 minutes chart. I've got the major levels here, so the 4 hours and the daily levels. And as you can see, even from here, what date is this? The 6th of May. Oh no, what's that? Yep, price has been coming down all the way down, 6th, and we can see we had a lower low here of the 4 hours, followed by a lower high and a lower low. This is the first structural reset, okay, on the 4 hour chart. And this is very cool because what we are doing is we're using a 15 minutes bar, but we're actually trading multi-time frame. For those that understand what I'm talking about, we have the daily level, we have the 4 hour level, okay. As you're seeing these candles, you're also seeing the bigger time frame happening, so you don't need to switch between one time frame to another one. Literally, we are trading 3 time frames: the daily, which is making series of lower lows. You can see that on the pound, it made a high here, then higher low, then a lower low. So this is a reset of the 4 hours. Once the 4 hour completes, then the daily will take over. So that is the picture in front of us. So what we have here, we've seen a higher low. Doesn't mean the trend is going to change. This is a normal reset for the people that push the price all the way down here to continue to trade to the downside. We don't have any path of least resistance to the upside. The only path that still remain is to the downside because of these breaks here. Okay, trying to change the color of the trend line. Okay, and it's almost 8 o'clock. London session opening. We have come above this lower high. So if the price starts to fail, we can start to enter. I will not enter the trade below or above 133.04. Okay, so the bigger picture in terms of the pound US dollar, I'm trying to record the data now. GBP USD, you can go short below this confirmation line here on 33. 133.04. Okay, that's the pound. The next one I'm going to look at is the US dollar card. And as you can see, this one here broke the daily resistance. You see that? Very strong break actually, because this is a big structural high, if you can say that. You can see after this high, we had a series of lower lows and lower lows. What we've seen is a momentum high. Price broke it first here with the 4 hours, second, and the third. So what we have here is the first reset after the break. Then the second higher high after this reset did not make a high. If you look at this is how we read the price. Okay, we had a higher high, which is a daily. It gave us a reset. That's a structure. This structure is meant to do the same thing this structure did, to give us at least 3 higher highs. But this one, instead of giving us 3 higher highs, it gave us a higher high, but this higher high is lower compared to the previous higher high. That is a weakness in the market, but it doesn't mean, if it doesn't mean you have to just do something crazy and start selling. No, it's still presenting opportunity. Nothing has changed. We don't have a trend change. So you want to be looking to buy again to see whether the buyers will come in again to push this price beyond the previous high that was created. So how do we approach this morning? We have to buy. So our buy point will be above 139.58. So US dollar, Canadian dollar, long above 139.58. Okay, and so we can buy above here. That means we've cleared the 4-hour low and we've cleared the signal line. Okay, and this is a bona fide uptrend, and we can use the low of this pre-London session as our stop loss. Okay, this thing is still continuing higher. We are making higher high on the daily. The 4 hours is doing the same thing. This is just a reset of the uptrend that happened there. Okay, which one am I going to do next? Is the Australian dollar, US dollar. This one is the neutral. Okay, as you can see, this is a neutral market. Price is going nowhere. Look, we made this high. We got to this high. Let me do this. We got to this high and we started trading in this box, daily box, high, low. Then we the price broke out, which actually made the full move, but it struggled. You see, 1 2 3, then came all the way back down. Okay, and this is where we are. Well, how do we trade this? The simple way, and which has withstood the test of time, is to buy low and sell high. But you have to know which low and which high to buy. So let's see if we can find that out. Okay, so so this, you can see price has given us two highs, one low. So high to low, high to low. For us right now, you can scalp to the downside, but I will actually prefer to go long below here. You have it two, this low gave us 2 data points. Okay, and that is support. That means they will come and break there in a, it's always like that anyway. They will come and break that low, and if they do, okay, we can look to buy. Another thing they will do, another alternative scenario, is price is currently bullish, okay, where we are right now. If this thing can continue higher, okay, that means I'm not going to sell here because I'm selling in the middle during the consolidation. That is not a good business to do. Okay, so the Australian dollar is not the best, but it can present a good opportunity depending on what happens. Then we don't want to look to sell anything below this point here, so we can look for shorting opportunity above. Okay, so let me just write it down. AUDUSD short above, what's the price here? 65017, 0.65017, and long below. We want to go long if price gets here 63, 0.63889, 0.63889. And the reason we are doing that is because this is in a consolidation. It's a big consolidation. Okay, it's formed by the daily and the 4 hours level. Okay, and that is the way we approach a consolidation market. The next is the dollar yen. Okay, so dollar yen is taking a breather. The yen, there's a recovery against the yen now. We can see it's clear. You can see the daily is making a series of higher highs. The trend is very valid. The 4 hours is making the same thing. And what we have here is just a normal correction. Okay, 0 1 2, 2 has been formed. So we have a higher momentum low. Okay, and I can't even recommend any selling opportunity. I can't recommend any short in the dollar yen or CAD yen. Okay, we have to look to buy the lows because we have an uptrend going on. Okay, so this one is very simple. They've broken the low. They've set up the market since 2 days ago. You can see that they've broken the low. Now we want to see a strong momentum break followed by a pullback, then we can take the trade. See, basically, this is actually the simplest one of all the moves that I've explained today. We can do this. Okay, and you wait for correction and we can buy. Okay, and that's the picture. It's the same thing with the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. When I was in Nigeria last week, this is the one we were trading. And is you can see it took a while actually for this price to develop properly, but you see that price broke higher and it broke higher. What is the definition of a trend? A series of higher highs and higher lows. You can see all the levels are still there. I haven't deleted anything. Okay, and this is where we are right now. Same thing, they've broken the low 012, so we have a higher momentum low. That is a buy in an uptrend. So or we the path of least resistance is to the upside, and we have to simply identify the momentum. That's the key word here. Identify the momentum. That's to the upside. Then all this is what we call new information. As this new information invalidated the old information? No, because this is the last pullback low and we are here. The price, we will start to think of alternative scenario if the last pullback low in an uptrend has been disturbed. In this case, they haven't been disturbed. The dollar yen is here. That's the last pullback low. So all this that is happening is considered as new information. And the path of least resistance will continue to hold. Okay, so that's the picture in the dollar yen. The CAD yen is the same picture. We have to wait. Okay, that's part of the game that we are playing, the forex market. You have to wait for the price to develop. It can take 2 to 3 days sometimes, but you should know the overall path is where the price will follow. This is an opportunity for you to take a breather. You can scalp in here, but my recommendation is, because of the unpredictability of the pullback phase, you can stay away and take maybe the pound or the US dollar card for now and wait for the breakout to in the direction of the path of least resistance. Wait for the pullback to fail, then we can take the trade in the direction of the momentum. Okay, this is the template that we've been working on, and this is what I'm going to be using actually, so that you guys can be familiar with this. And if there's anyone that is interested in getting this template, just email me, I'll send it to you. Okay, the first 5 people that requested this will get it unedited like this, and I'll send it to you. That's my free gift to anyone that is watching my video and would like this template. Okay, so I wish you a successful trading day and have a blessed weekend. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. My name is Shagun Chat 247. See you in the next video. God bless.